Well, hello there. We have today a build challenge by Rye, which is TwinTurBros. This is a proto supercar. Now, I'm a little confused as to what this is because the definition of supercar really only came around this period, so what would a supercar be before a supercar? I can only think of maybe something like a TRV, a big engine in the front, but the definition of a supercar is to have the engine in the back and at least a V8 and probably a V12. So this one's going to be quite tricky. So here we have 1965, but it has to be kind of pre this period. We could theoretically go for a race car and use this body that I've wanted to use for frickin' ages. Or this one, which looks kind of a little bit like a weird Corvette type thing. I don't know, it's really tricky. But I don't want to pick a body that everyone else is picking. But though I really want to. So we have a budget of 35,000, 2 full seats, no 4x4s. They have to be, no 4-valve engines. Okay, no wings and forged internals. Regular leaded fuel, 15 liters to the 100, which is, I mean, we're doing proto supercars, so you wouldn't think that that would be too important. So at least, you have to at least have some comfort. I like that one, that's pretty good. Prestige, safety, drivability, reliability. Wow, that's a high reliability. I would not expect that from a car from the 60s. And top speed must be higher than 250 kilometers an hour, which is impressive. All right, if we scroll down a little bit further, we got another one of these Corvette bodies. Though we do want a mid-engine. Can we fit a mid-engine in these? We can. Ooh, we could go something a little bit peculiar. Can we go mid-engine in these? Nah. Oh, I can go mid and rear engine in there. Let's not. Okay, so we're going to save a whole bunch of money by going with a really small body. And that would include this little 2.1 meter car. And we're going to make it a V8. So it's going to be... Wait, I could have fiberglass back in the day? Oh, but I could also have aluminium, which is going to keep the manufacturing cost down. We're going to go with what I normally do with the other Ferrari challenge cars. So we're going to go aluminium, going to go space frame and steel to keep the need for mass manufacturing down. It's going to be mid-longitudinal. It's going to be double wishbone on the front, and we might have to go McPherson's on the strut to keep it low, but we're going to have double wishbone, and then we're going to start reining it in after this. We're going to generate a new engine. This one's going to be a V8. I kind of want this to be a V12, but we're going to try to keep the prices down on this. It's going to be cast iron, and then we're going to have an aluminium head. And we're going to go with a direct acting overhead cam, aluminium heads to keep that weight down. This is probably going to be a 3.5 liter, though we really probably do want a lot more than that. Cast, cast, and cast. Good cam profile. I can have mechanical fuel injection, which is the stuff of my dreams, per cylinder, and we're going to go with, well, since it is a race car, we are going to go a race intake as opposed to an airbox. Yeah, we're going to go race intake here, and it's going to use a higher quality fuel because this is a higher quality car. Then a tubular exhaust at the very least. It's going to be dual, reverse flow, and none. So we're getting 173 kilowatts. I like it a lot. Though these runners do look very weird and janky looking, but I really want that. We're going to see how this car handles just a little bit of extra tuning. So, immediately on knocking. It is right on knocking's door. Well, we're going to go with 179 kilowatts, which is still a fairly large amount. We're going to see if the exhaust wants to be... Okay, well, that was right where it needed to be. Going to give this engine a listen. Oh, yeah. You know what? We can go cast iron flat plane, because that actually takes less time to engineer and has less material costs. So it is better in every way. We're going to see if that holds up in the final price, though. So we have a coupe body. We have a convertible hard top. That's kind of like that, not T-top, but that kind of removable top. The one that I might go with, which is just the regular coupe. Oh, you know what? No, I like that one a lot too. Is there a difference in lift here? Okay, there is no difference between these two cars. It's just a slightly different body style. And I'm not sure which one I'll go with. Then we got a complete convertible, which I wonder if I can... Good, so at least you can do that. That does interest me a bit. Then back to the T-top style with the new back end. And then there's the van version, which I wouldn't really call that a van. I'd call that like a top speed, high speed car type thing. And I think I love it. Then yes, rear wheel drive. It's going to be a manual. It's going to be a 4-speed probably for this type of era. Like, it says I have a 5-speed as an option, which I don't understand. I didn't really think that 5-speed was an option back then, but apparently it is. And we're going to set this to a minimum of 250, which is what he set, right? Top speed must be higher than 250 kilometers an hour. So let's hope we could do that. Then it's going to be an open rear diff. We're not gonna fiddle with manual lockers or anything like that. It's going to be a radial, wait, can I have semi-slicks? Yes, I can. So, semi-slicks it is. Really fat back tires, and then the equivalent front tires. Yes, they will have magnesium, but that may be something that we bring down. We are going to go a slightly bigger tire, increase the tire wall size, solid discs on the front. It's only going to need to be a 1-piston on the front, and on the rear, we're probably also only going to need a 1-piston again. We are going to have semi-clad, because I did that test, and it seemed that it did help reduce drag when it had fully clad. So let's hope that that equates a little bit over here. We're gonna have a little bit of brake airflow to help with brake overheating. 2 full seats minimum. So we are gonna go with sports, and we're gonna have no radio for now. We're gonna see if we have comfort before we go to hydraulics. Then safety. What is the safety rating? 30 plus. So we're gonna go with a standard 60s for now. Standard springs, and that all just fills itself in. All right, let's just tweak this car a little bit before we have a look at the price. Oh, we have a very good top speed. 312 kilometers an hour, nice. And now, our price. 39,700, that's over the price, right? 35,000 is our maximum price. Damn it! Oh, I suppose we could drop our speed. If we drop our speed, it will give us a cheaper price. Okay. What is the problem here? Why? So you notice all of these are really bad. If I drop this one more spec to a lower speed, everything just goes boom! Massive! This is confusing. But that has helped our price. Okay, so I think keep an eye on this. So when you up the speed of things like tires and transmissions need to be built of a higher caliber. So 29,800. If we up that, then we go to 39,000. So that's, they reckon, $10,000 worth for that extra couple of kilometers an hour. But we're gonna keep that lower to help us have a better car. Now that we have all of this extra money laying around, what do we do with it? So the first thing we're gonna do is just make sure that we're reaching all of these goals. Comfort, we have none. Oh dear. Wow, even having the hardest, the heaviest phonograph does nothing for our comfort. Oh, really? What about handmade? Oh no. Has that hurt our price much? Yes, it has. That has hurt us a whole lot. Oh dear. Why can't I not get any comfort here? So that's the thing about Rise challenges, is they're very finicky to get right. What happens if we go to a sports compound? Changes nothing. Even with a complete phonograph. What about hydraulic steering? Still nothing. Safety? Nothing. Suspension? Nothing. Nothing is going to give us any comfort. And I am worried. Oh, what about automatic? Nothing. Ah, dear. I'm worried that what we have to do is switch over to something like a monocoque. But we still have no comfort. What? Okay, so just setting like a preset really helps with comfort. If we set it to race, yeah, we do lose everything, but if we go to sports, we do fairly well. Then we have to go over here. What happens if we... Yeah, alright, that still does that whole price issue. Okay, so we fiddled things around a fair chunk, and our price is over. So we're over at 35,500. Let's have a look at going back to a space frame. Good, we still have our comfort. It's even actually gone up. And we're at 34,800. Good, so we brought that down again. Now to check everything else. Prestige, 44. Good, we have that. Safety, 30 plus. Okay, we need a little bit more safety, apparently. Wow, we need to have advanced safety just to be able to reach that. Which, safety was not really a matter for most people, especially not people in race cars. But okay. Oh, we've gone over our price. Oops. We've gone over our price now, haven't we? Yep, 35. Well, we're gonna just reach all the goals first. So we moved on from safety. Drivability. We are at 41. Good, we have a lot of drivability. And plus 50 reliability. Where is our reliability? Oh, our reliability is a little bit low. How do we get reliability up again? I can't remember. Does having a different cylinder head design increase our reliability? Oh, that made it worse. What about 4 valves? That made it worse again. Push rod. And our reliability is still only 47, where we need plus 50 reliability. Okay. Well, we got a little bit of reliability there, but it's only 0.3 reliability. And how much money have we spent? Oh, good, we're under budget. Good, thank God. Oh, that's a bit of a problem. Ah, because of our RPM. Oh, okay, having a higher RPM is worse for reliability, and that is actually a sizable amount extra loss in reliability, but we only need about 4 points of extra reliability. Okay, yeah, I think we might have to go push rod. This car is going to be a budget supercar. So there you go, push rod, and bring that RPM down. But now we have a problem of trying to make this more powerful with less RPM. We might actually have to just increase our engine displacement. Well, let's see what our top speed is currently. It reckons our top speed is around 246, but now that we have less RPM, we can rise this up again before it spews our price all over the ground. Now, our reliability is at 47.2. God, this one's gonna be tricky. We're gonna have to do this without affecting much else. What if we get rid of the phonograph? Good, we still have comfort. Our prestige is 30. What do we need our prestige to be? 44, okay. God, wow, even with the phonograph, I can't do it. Bruh. Oh, dear. Oh, our price is way too high now. Do I have to go down to a V6? Is our price 35,000 on the frickin' nose. We are so close to having the prestige we need. Unfortunately, we're right on the edge of our budget, which means I kind of need to drop down to a V6. This is costing way too much. And we have lost a lot of power. But we could try to get that back, I suppose. Let's increase the engine size back up to, say, a 4 liter. Okay, so actually, you know what? We might go back to the 90 degree. It does make it bigger in other ones, but at least it's not, like, really narrow on the top. We might have to get rid of our fuel injection that we so dearly love. And I know all of you love it with me. What are we doing for reliability now? Our reliability is 46.9. We didn't really do a whole lot for our reliability there. Okay, the V8 does give us the prestige that we really, really want. Okay, well that would actually give us the prestige we need. But they just want a really big engine apparently. So yeah, we're gonna go the V6. And we're gonna try, oh, we can't go with cast. Damn it. Oh, there we go, that gets rid of all of our problems. We don't have the prestige with a V6, unfortunately. We have so much, but yet we are so far. Okay, we still have a top speed of 248, so that's good. And we are under budget. Oh, this is getting really tricky. I feel as if I'm getting forced into a very narrow hole here with my mechanical fuel injection, which is a really reliable thing on its own. Wait, have I gone over reliability? No, I need 50. Damn it. I could try a flat engine. We did lose a little bit of prestige going to a boxer. But we have gotten rid of extra problems here. And the center of gravity on this will be a lot lower. We are so close to the targets we want. So close, and we're only getting an 8.8 seconds? Damn it. So what's the engine problem here? It is too wide. What happens if we keep increasing this? Does that stay too wide? I think it's good. What about our prestige? This is helping our prestige by having a bigger engine. We have a 5 liter now. This is just getting crazy. Oh, we have a little bit of knocking, but yet our reliability is still quite high. What happens if we now drop this ignition time and get no knocking? Oh, that only gave us 0.2 of a point here. This is, oh my god, this is becoming insane. We are 0.1 prestige away. Oh, there we go, 44. Oh, yes, we have a 5.0, we have a 5 liter flat 6 powering this thing. This thing is ginormous. Why is it saying variable valve lift? What? Why would it say that? We're on push rod. What happens? Okay, well, our reliability is low. How do we fix our reliability? What happens if we bring the RPM down just a smidge? That only gives us 0.1. Our price is within $400. Okay, we are at our wit's end for reliability. What happens if we switch over to carbureted? Well, we knock. Hold on, actually I have an idea. What if we go to a single as opposed to per cylinder? Okay, so what's the power difference here? Actually, we gain more power, I think, with single. Interesting. And then if we go here, our reliability is now at 48. So they don't like race. If we do a per cylinder performance, many of our things are now much higher. Good, okay, well I didn't realize that it was just the performance intake was causing it to have problems. And we still have a width problem, but it is a boxer engine, we're willing to put up with that. What is our exhaust? So if they get origami with just tubular, what happens with long? Okay, that looks cool, like it all becomes really flat and cool there. And race, there's not a whole lot of origami. I like looking at the origami of exhausts. Why is tubular the cheapest, but yet the most complex? How does that work? Okay, well, let's have a look at what we have got. Our prestige has gone down, shit. But our price is still good. Our price is now maximum, shit. We can go back though, and we have a +1 on here. Do we lose much prestige? No, we don't lose much at all. So, more than one comfort? Yes. 44 prestige? Close. 30 safety? Yes, we could drop that a little bit. Drivability +30? Yes. Reliability +50? Yes. Okay. We might be able to switch back over to that V8 and have a smaller, more reasonable engine. Let's see what we can do with our top speed. Does it become too expensive if we... So 294, 293... Okay, so that is the best option. We just need a little bit more prestige. We have $200 to play with. Oh, that helps a lot. Oh, we are doing well now, and our comfort is still quite high. Could probably go a little bit stiffer on suspension, but I'm a little bit worried that it might get a little bit oversteer happy. Okay, if we dump this thing on the ground, it still looks incredibly tall for some reason. Oh, you can see that boxer back there. Oh, it looks sweet. Okay. Let's have a look, make sure we've got everything. 1965 or older, yes, we have that. Budget of $35,000. Shit. Okay, so doing this increases the price by $400. Just that one little notch. What if we drop this quality ever so slightly? Our safety then does become too low. What if we go hydraulic? Okay. Our drivability has gone down, our sportiness is still good, we still have at least comfort. Our prestige is still good, our safety is still good. Okay, let's have a look at cost. Yes, we are under cost now, so we have a little bit to play with. Year 1965 or older, yes. $35,000, yes. 2 seats, full maximum, minimum, yes. No 4x4, no 4 valves, no wings, no forged internals, correct. Regular fuel, oh. Fuck. Oh. That's meant to be 15. How do I do this? All of these still look fairly good, but our mileage is really bad. Oh boy, we might actually have to make the engine smaller, which will lose us our prestige. Oh, I don't want to do that! What's our price looking like? Good, we still have $400 to play with. What is the fuel economy benefits of direct acting overhead cam? Not great. Okay. Though our reliability doesn't go down a huge amount, what happens when we raise this RPM to be where it needs to be? Oh dear, then we have an engine problem there. What happens if we then drop... Oh, we're gonna start losing prestige now. I don't want to go carbureted. I hate carburetors. Oh wait, our prestige is still high. How did we do that? Is it... Oh, it's the direct acting overhead cams. Our reliability is still good. What if we now... Oh, we can have a little bit of engine damage and it still survive. That's quite good. What about our top speed? It is taking a massive hit. But we're up to 304 kilometers now. Apparently we took a massive hit, but yet we're still really fast. And our speed is better as well. Our price is right on the edge. What about our economy? I think, yes, I do have to bring the engine size down. I might have to switch back to a V8. So our reliability is still good. Our RPM is getting a little bit high now. What happens if we just increase that RPM a smidge? Good, okay. Our reliability is still within range. Our drivability is hurt a little bit, but that's fine. Prestige is still good. We still have comfort. Oh dear, we still have comfort. Let's have a look at our price. Damn it, 36,500. What happens if we... I want to just see how bad it is to go to aluminium block. Okay, it seems that there is no price difference between cast and aluminium for engine blocks, which is peculiar, but sure, I suppose. Our safety's down, but that's fine. Our comfort's gone, but that's fine. What we want is to get our fuel mileage up. How do they expect us to have good fuel mileage? What the fuck? We somehow fiddled with things and now we have different numbers here. Let's decrease the size of the engine. We now have a 4-liter. Our mileage has gone up. Everything has kind of gone up. Our prestige is still good. We're only up to 11.4. Oh, come on. What's our price? We're overpriced now. What did I change? Okay, well, I just went off recording for a little while, and it turns out that a big issue here was the hydropneumatic suspension that I completely forgot I installed just to try to get a little bit of extra comfort, which I don't need anymore. Now, 1965 or older? Yes. Cost? We are under cost. 2 full seats? Yes. No 4 valves, no wings, no forged internals? Correct. Regular fuel? Correct. At least 15? Yes, we've got 16. Plus 1 comfort? Yes, we have comfort. 44 prestige? We are 0.1 off. We'll fiddle with that in a second. Our safety, yes, we have a minimum of 30. Our drivability, yes, we have a minimum of 30. Our reliability is plus 50, yes, we are over the reliability. And our top speed higher than 250 kilometers an hour? You betcha. Now, you would think that getting this little bit of extra prestige would be easy, but we have to do it within $600. What happens if we up this? Good. We now have the prestige, and our price is still actually good. Oh, thank God. That has been a problem of mine for the longest time. Like, I change one thing, and the next thing goes wrong. And we have a very balanced car right now. Let's just up the pad type a little bit. Now, we have brake fade, but we have increased the size of our tires from what they were before to 15s and made them incredibly narrow to get our fuel usage down. We do have a bit of extra leeway to play with here. We're going to try to go with a thicker tire because that was something that I really wanted. Our fuel economy is still good and our price is still... Wow, why is our price lower? We've dropped off like 5,000 in price. What? What did I do? Oh, my price came down by, my speed came down by 0.1 of at least 0.1 of a kilometer per hour, which dropped my price a lot. Oh, can I get that back? Can I... Oh, if I could gain 1 more horsepower somewhere or something like that. Okay, that's the difference. Is that little bit of extra spark. We get... Up here, we're getting, because if I mouse over, then you can't see it, 258 compared to 256. 0.8. So we're getting 1.2 extra Newton meters and 0.8 extra kilowatts. And that puts us in the speed range of 300 kilometers an hour, which then puts us up to the next price bracket. So I think we are going to sacrifice that little bit of power, keep a fairly decent high top speed, even though a lot of other people are probably going to have ridiculously high top speeds, and go for this lower price and allow us to increase the quality elsewhere. So if we go up to a sports compound, it helps us a lot. Our price is still relatively good. I think this might be kind of where we sit, and yes, we can get a thicker front tire on. We're not losing any prestige or anything. Now, let's go over everything. Our price, yes, is 31,600. We are very cheap people. 1965, yes. 2 full seats, yes. No 4 valves, no 4x4, good. Regular leaded fuel, yes. 15 liters to the 100, yes. We are getting... That's miles per gallon. Oh, what am I? Shit. I've been looking at miles per God damn it. Miles per gallon to liters per 100. Okay, let's do this again. Price. Price is good. 1965, yes, 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 yes. +1 comfort, yes. 44 prestige, yes. Safety, 30, yes. Drivability, 30, yes. Reliability, 50, yes. Top speed higher than 250 kilometers an hour, yes. Oh, guys, we have done it. Finally. I think we might, however, create a more powerful car but limit it to 300 kilometers an hour. That way we can have a higher acceleration and everything. So get a little bit of extra power. We've got the speed limiter set to 300. Good. Apparently there was a whole bunch of power stored away that I wasn't really tapping into. Okay, and our top speed is capped at 300. Now, yes, our price stays good. 31,800. What if we now go here and set it up 10 more? 37,000, yes. So it is the speed rating of, say, the tires and everything else that is the problem here. We are going to drop this cam profile and try to flatten out this power curve a little bit, so hopefully we can get a little bit of a better power band. I just realized that we have to keep this under 15 liters per 100, not over it. Okay, we've done that, and we're gonna try to get as much power out of this thing as we can. There's no knocking. We have a lot of money to spend, so we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go to exhaust. We're gonna stick on a race tubular. I don't care. Okay, we're up to 161 kilowatts. We're still at a good price range. We still have our fuel economy, which is good. I think we might be able to go with a bigger engine. But let's take it up to like a 3 point something or other liter. Okay, we got a 3.5 liter flat 6. We got a little bit of valve float. We can bring that down, and then our knocking can be easily solved with just a little bit of changing the compression, and now we can put that spark back in. Okay, so we have a lighter car now. We have similar amounts of power, not really the same amount of power. And our price is back down. What's our prestige at now? It's way too low. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, here we go. If we increase this. There we go. 7.9. Our prestige is still way too low. I'm going to stop recording again and spend some time fiddling around and undo this holy mess that I have done. Okay, after all this time, we finally have it. 1965, yes. Budget of 35,000, yes, we have that. 2 full seats, we have that, we have that, we have that. And 15 liters per 100, yes. 0.1 comfort, sure do, buddy. This thing is a dream. 44 prestige, yes, we have over 44. Safety, 30, yes, we are over that. Drivability, over 30, yes, we have that. 50 reliability, yes, we have that. Now, we have a little bits of leeways here and there, but I am just so done trying to get this thing going. And we do have a top speed of 294.8. It is limited, but that brings our 0 to 100 down to 7.1. I'm not sure. He might do a top speed run, but by what I've seen him do, he usually has some sorts of corners involved. He doesn't do a complete American circuit car racing. So let's just hope that he doesn't do that. So we have here our space frame double wishboned flat 6 with a tubular, no, it's better than tubular, long tubular exhaust. It's 3.556 liters with mechanical fuel injection, individual throttle bodies. You know what? I've never seen valve covers like that before. Huh. Is that to do with... Oh, you know what? That's to do with the amount of valves it has. I never knew that. Well, I'll have to keep that in mind. This is the twin cam 2 valve head. which gives me better fuel economy, better reliability, like a whole bunch of advantages, which you'd think that you would get more from an overhead cam 3 valve. Now, I'm not even going to click that because I'm afraid that it'll change a setting and then I lose that fuel mileage that I so desperately was fighting for. We've got all cast, as you can see, we've got a fairly aggressive cam profile, but not ridiculous. No turbo, and the good stuff. I just love mechanical fuel injection. I'm going to be one of the few that have done it. I'm sure that everyone else has got better results with the carburetor, but this is what I'm doing. Oh, God. I have probably made a mistake. Once again, I have hamstrung myself by having a vision in my head of what I want the engine to be. And, well, I've gone with it and said, screw it to the world. I stuck my finger up and said, F you, world! I can probably get a little bit more comfort using this. How does that affect? I'm gonna take the risk. How does this affect my fuel mileage? It helps our fuel mileage, and we get a little bit of extra comfort, which means we might be able to actually get a little bit more suspension play. Can we drop that down now without hurting our comfort too much? Yes, we can. Good. I think we are good. Can I maybe then make the rear tires just a smidge bit wider? Fuel economy is still good. Our price is still good. Oh, that's lucky we're able to do that. Okay, we have passed every hurdle. Oh my God, this has been a total nightmare. And now it's on to making... I can't believe this is a van. Making this car. It shouldn't be considered a van, even though, yes, you could theoretically use this as a van. It's silly to call this a van. So you're not really going to fit anything on top of that engine in there. It's not a van. What the hell, game? Why would you call this a van? This is clearly like the Speedtail style type thing. All right, on to making the headlights. First, we want round headlights, and are we going to go with something like this? Yes, I think so. And here we have the 1965, well, actually it might be a little bit earlier than 1969 supercar. We're also going to name this thing, so let's have a look at it. Now, it's based on vaguely the sorts of Ferraris of the era that did Le Mans, and that's what I'm going for. So, we've got fake Rari that we can use. Fake Rari. And we're gonna call this the what's a good name for this thing? So I was looking at these as references. They just got like the size of the engine or the horsepower for their names. The Ford GT40 was named after its height. This is the TR59, but it's based on a 250. Not entirely sure. So let's go with how many horsepower this creates. And it creates around 153 kilowatts. And that's 205.8. So we're going to call this the 205 GT. Damn, I think I like that. Now let's go back. Let's have a look at some pretty pictures. Here we go. So it's got that really smooth and bulbous lines. Not everything fit quite the way I wanted it to, but after I got that back end sorted, I was a lot happier with it. This thing is covered in chrome. There's just chrome everywhere, but that's what they did back in the day because plastic wasn't really a thing that you would use, especially not on a car. I really think that most of the plastics that were used were really just in very specialized environments. Nobody really was experimenting hugely with it, and I think there was also some technology that was still to come to improve the qualities of plastics, the lifespan of it, the strength of it, all that kind of stuff that hadn't come at this point, which really exploded later on in plastic's life cycle. I didn't ever notice these little headlight thingies, but I kind of like it. Look like little nipples. I have problems. But yeah, before we send this off, we're gonna go take this over to automation and just see what this bad boy can do. It looks fast. Well, I was going to take this over and try to see if I could find some sort of Le Mans track. The only one I could find looked like this. So, not very exciting. And this one is about as close as to Le Mans we're really gonna get. Maybe I will chuck it around there for one lap, but right now I wanna, oh, hey, this thing locks up those front wheels a little bit there, but you know what? It came under control quite easily. Its mid-cornering speed is quite nice. It's a little bit tail-happy, a little too much weight in the back end. I probably should... Oh, but then it comes under control, and then the weight shifts to the front, and it gets a lot of understeer. So this one, it feels as if you could be fast in this. But unfortunately, what the person that's running the competition, Mr. TwinTurBros, does is generally just take the vehicle for one lap. Oh no. And then Cooler quits there if he was able to do a clean one. He then will take a car that's completely uncontrollable and give it as many laps as it takes to get that one around the track, which is a little bit unfair because you can get more speed from a car if somebody knows how to drive it right. And if you give him an uncontrollable car that is actually fast, then he's going to make it a whole lot faster. Whereas this car, it's, nah, bro. I might actually go back to map making and actually see if I can figure out how to make maps properly again. Oh dear! Oh my god! Oh, I just missed that. Oh. So this car has some braking issues at higher end speeds. What speed did we even reach there? I wasn't really paying attention. I was just enjoying this car. But yeah, it kind of behooves you to create a car that's a little bit uncontrollable and then just tell him, get good, scrub. Whereas if somebody is doing what they would do with these sorts of cars, which is a Le Mans 24-hour type race, they would realistically have to be quite controllable, because if somebody is doing a really long stint and a really long drive, they're gonna lose concentration, and because of that, yeah, it's going to be not a particularly good idea to make a car that's uncontrollable. If you make a car that's really good in a short amount of time, if you got practice, then you're gonna end up with the sort of cars that you had back in the Le Mans, which tried to push the boundaries way too hard, and ended up with the cars just crashing after a certain amount of time. Oh no, okay, there is something wrong with the braking here. Oh, we've hit the wall. So, do I just down my braking force so then at higher speeds it won't lock up? I think I might have to. It may, like, if he has brake pedals, like proper brake pedals, he may be able to control this, but I am not sure exactly what his setup is. I don't know him quite so well. Oh no! Oh dear. Well, at least we didn't hit an axle or anything, so the car is still controllable. I am going to see one last time around this track, and if I can't get this thing under control, we might have to fiddle with those brakes to stop them from locking up so much. Yeah, I don't think this is controllable under heavy braking from, like, even a moderate speed. This thing just becomes quite uncontrollable, but I do want to see what this thing does down the back straight. And, oh, hold on, oh, it's so slippery. It is so slippery. I think maybe if we make those front tires a little bit narrower, the thing will be more inclined to oversteer than understeer like what it's doing. Oh boy, this is sketchy as fuck. But then again, cars from back in the day were. So we're going to about 205, 210, 200 and not even 220. Oh, I'm trying to get it under control, and you just can't. You just can't get it under control. So I think it's going to be that I have to run weaker brakes. All right, give me a second, guys. So now it'll only start locking up at about 250. Okay, we're right on the limit of fuel consumption. Hopefully in miles per gallon it is equal for the person that takes the file, if that's what they're looking at it at. I don't know how to make it less sketchy. So it bogs a little bit more off the line, but I suppose that's acceptable if we can have better handling when it comes to corners. We're coming up to this corner, braking. It's a lot more controllable. It still wants to get that side out, backhand out sideways. And now it's, oh boy, what have I made it worse, or am I just driving it a lot harder now that I'm a little bit more used to the car? Because it just didn't want to bring the rear end back in line. Do I maybe want to switch over to a front engine car? Because boy, howdy doody, this thing is quite gelatinous. It's, oh boy, can I make the suspension stiffer? Will that help me out a lot? Oh, damn. Okay, well, you know what? Its mid-cornering is fine. Its acceleration is fine. It's just kind of entering the corners where this car becomes really sketchy. And I am not a suspension expert, so I don't know, without going to race, I do not know how to make this more drivable. I suppose I could go over and try to get a 99 drivability rating by tweaking the suspension, but even that sometimes doesn't quite work. I do like how the exhaust just kind of pokes out like that. That makes me really happy. But now we're gonna see what this thing does when it reaches the end of this straight and it gets to about 117 kilometers an hour. 120, 100, oh, wow, it reached 120. And I'm braking, I broke a little too late, and we lost it because I wasn't paying attention partly. Oh, bugger, guys. Is it partly maybe, because these tires do look a little bit narrow, like not narrow, but like the sidewall is not very tall. Could that be causing issues with the old compounds maybe? I'd like to go over to semi-slicks, but I lose what I have left of comfort when I do that, so it's not really an option. Though, maybe if I go to like a sports preset, I'll get a lot of my comfort back, and then I can go for those semi-slicks and hope that my prestige doesn't get hurt. Ooh, that might be worth a play. We'll have to maybe make a V2. Oh dear. Oh, that was sketchy as fuck. But I don't want to eat my own words, but it seems like I might have to. And saying that, yeah, I've created a car that is really sketchy. Oh, here we go, and we've lost it. What is the problem with braking with this car? Is it just a lack of downforce and way too much speed and really old compound tires? Can that really be it? I doubt that that's it, right? Am I just being paranoid? I don't think I am. I mean, he's gonna be driving a whole lot of sketch-ass cars. But right now, we're gonna go take this over to the automation old test track. Oh dear. Oh look, it's got the nipple lights too. Okay, let's see what the bad boy is able to do on a racetrack where I have at least some sort of understanding of really what you should be doing in this car. And we've got a timer going and everything, sketchy under brakes, but what you gonna do when this is really about as much as you know how to do? I really don't know much more to do with this car to make it less sketch under brakes. Oh, there we go. Oh, nice. Oh, very bouncy. Lots of air just then. And then we got to slow down for this corner. Okay, yeah, good. Slowing down for this corner, so then hopefully you don't lose it sideways on the leaves. You really don't want to do that. Take the bowl, take the high road so we can get a lot of speed, and then slingshot it out of there at 100 kilometers an hour. Coming down here, this is going to be sketch. You know what? No, it's not so sketch. I think this sketch really only comes in times like this when you're about to brake at high speed. So, oh, damn it. What is up with the brakes? Honestly, I can't seem to figure it out. Why are the brakes so sketch? They're not unbalanced or anything in particularly. They're set evenly per the front to rear. Maybe if can I try to figure out which ones are locking up? Now that was a bad time because I did do a spin out in it, but it's actually still quite fast, and I think I probably did lose probably 4 seconds. What is trim 23? Did I make a car that I didn't name? Whoops. Okay, we now have, I don't know what braking debug is, but we've got it. And that's right, we have not disc brakes, what should we call it on the rear? Drum brakes. So that might actually be causing our issue. I never really did think about that. We're coming up to here, we're going about 150, and we're gonna see brake torque. So it stays very even. So the graph at the top is not telling me whether it locks up or not. So that's a bit of a useless graph, if I'm honest. And lifting off the brakes does not help it, so that's not going to help me out. Let's have a look. So we got brake pad type, sport, brake temperatures at 0 degrees. Wait, why is everything 0 degrees? What the hell? Get a little bit of warmth back into them, speed back up, and the temperature drops back down. It says the brake pads are about 7 degrees, but the thing on the left was showing it to be a much higher temperature. All right, let's turn this around. So we got brake surface joules. The fronts do lock up. Okay, so we're gonna have a look at the energy to brake surface and see if either of them are locking up more than the others when we get to a decent speed. So we're gonna get up to about 150 at least. I think this is about as far as I want to leave it, and let's try braking. We are losing a lot of braking on the front. So the brakes on the rear aren't locking up. Pad glazing. All right, let's see what happens if we look at pad glazing now and see if that's going to tell me any extra information, because I want this to blast everyone's doors off, even though I'm probably not as finicky as a lot of other people, especially since I saw that somebody said that they could get 400 horsepower out of this. Okay, pad glazing, nothing happened. What is final efficiency, which is the next one down? On the final efficiency, let's give that a bit of a test. What is slope? I don't understand what slope is. Yeah, don't get it. So, final efficiency, and show me. So they're getting really close. Okay, so the rears do look as if they're losing a bit of final efficiency. So there's only 2 brake-related things, and I don't think they're gonna really help me out too much. There's just this efficiency thing, but it doesn't also tell me whether I want the efficiency to be high or low. So we're gonna put out a different version of this with disc brakes all round and then quickly come back. Oh, so my front brakes are drums. Oh, we're gonna export that one, then we're gonna export one with the brake pads a lot softer. And now we're just gonna drop these down so then they're not gonna lock up quite so much. And we should be good there. We're gonna start with the oversized disc brakes to see if that helps us out. So we're gonna spawn a new one right here, get it up to 150, though we can go a little bit faster, and then we're going to try braking. So that is a lot more solid. I had to actually induce that induced oversteer there. And let's try out our final efficiency, which apparently is the one which everyone else seems to focus on as well. So we're gonna see what that does. Hopefully this will help us figure out if we can have oversized brakes for no particular reason other than we really want to. Okay, and braking really hard. The car is staying very stable. Oh, that is so much better. Okay, let's try the comfort style one. And we're gonna take this one up to speed and we're gonna see what we want. You know what, I did actually forget to check what the final efficiency was. That was a big whoops. So we're gonna see less lockup, but will we see really terrible brakes, and are they going to overheat? And let's start braking. Okay, the car has become considerably more sketchy, but it was still quite good. And brake test. You know what? I think I like the oversized brakes that we had. So I think that's the one we're going to put out there. And we are going to give this new one a quick test track. Okay, now is our chance. We are going to find out whether this car is amazing as what I hope it is. And come up here, a little bit of a lockup, but that's fine. The thing handles a little bit better, and okay. We're going by TwinTurBros rules. If the car acts unexpectedly and you need to go a little bit, need to go a couple of times, that's fine. So the thing doesn't steer under braking, which is problematic. Maybe we'll compare the two against each other. It's handling through here quite well. I think you know what, I don't know what to think about this. Got a little bit of air there, but the car is still quite handleable. We don't have that problem with oversteer anymore, which we kind of fixed earlier. Little bit of problem under braking there, but we were going over a crest, and the weight on the car would have been quite lifted. So yes, it would have had quite a bit of problem there. We didn't get through there quite as fast as we'd like. We didn't get 100, but I think that was because we kind of were really slow into that whole section. So we lost quite a bit there. We did understeer through there, but we're fine. We're coming up to here, and this is the problematic, sketchy area. So we're locking up, and still, yeah, that off-camber really caught us off guard, and we have just... We've ruined a perfectly good lap. We're gonna try that again. Okay, so we didn't have as much speed as the first time around here, but we are a little bit faster than the last time we went around here. And yes, it got sketch and it lost control. That's that's not what I want. I was gonna say that's unfortunate, but I really do have to stop saying that word quite so much because so many things are just unfortunate, especially in games that are not perfect, trying to work together in an unperfect way, and me not being perfect, which, I mean, is hard to admit. I mean, look at me, I'm just, oh, gorgeous. We're going to change configuration. We're going to change over to the comfort brake pads now. And we're going to see what this one can do. Brum brum. And here we go. Yes. Come on, a little bit faster. Okay, this thing is really slow off the line. Braking, nice and comfortable. It does get a little bit sketch. Maybe I have to reduce the bias to be a little bit more even, maybe? It seems that the brake bias is a little uneven, which is still really surprising that we're locking up, considering we have very soft brakes. I wonder if we're going to get brake fade as well. I would have to do multiple laps to know whether we're going to get brake fade, though. That is a tricky one, and we've lost it. Yeah, I think we've also got a bit of a brake bias issue here. I think, yeah, we're just going to have to go with... Actually, we're going to restart this. Okay, I give up. I can't get this one to go around properly. There's too much of a brake bias problem. We're just gonna send the one there with the Disc OS, which, yeah, I'm not even gonna... Oh, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. We have created quite a special car. Unfortunately, it's not up to me to make sure it drives really well. That is entirely up to TwinTurBros. Oh, come on, really? The badge hasn't come out the way it's meant to. It's gone chrome and chrome as opposed to chrome and like a dark black. That's a bit lame. But aside from that, I hope you enjoyed today's video. And we will have to see what TwinTurBros has to say about my car. And it all better be good things. Alright guys, catch you later. Bye.